You're tuned in to the Bro Files podcast.
Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a drop.
New episodes every week. Let's get into it.
All right, guys, welcome back to our 10th episode of the Bro Files. I'm Zach. This is Evan. Thanks for joining us. And, you know, we are blessed to now be 10 episodes in on this thing.
Double digits officially.
Double digits. Man, that's something else. And we're going to talk about something today that I feel like a lot of guys, and it's like what you just told me before we started, is that a lot of guys put it on the back burner.
Yep.
But we're going to highlight some mental health for men and things that Evan and I do to kind of offset our mentality and things, because we all go through hectic times and crazy days and all kind life. It's just life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no other good way to explain it other than, hey, it is life.
Yeah. It always feels like there's something day to day that could just drive you crazy. And it's like a lot of it's like overstimulation.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
It
You've got 2 kids. I have 2 kids. Work, life. And I'll be honest, what another big problem that I think is.
Yeah. Actually, I've been pretty disconnected from that.
You've had 2 weeks off. That's why
Yeah,
you've
no,
been disconnected.
Are you referring? Yeah, but shouldn't I be technically more into it, considering that I've been off for a week and a half?
Well, I mean, kind of. I mean, I tend to think when it seems like for me, when I'm not working, I'm less plugged in. You know what I mean? Like I kind of unplug myself from everything when I'm not working,
Well,
as opposed to
yeah, you're not getting like work related stuff. You're not
right. Well,
here's got to call this person, got to
Yeah.
call that person.
and then I kind of like today. Okay, today's a perfect example of overstimulation. I've been home. I've been home all day with the kids. Right. Woke up. What's today? What is it? What?
Monday, second.
Today's Monday. So today my son goes to school. My daughter doesn't, but my daughter has ballet. I've literally been going all day. So I wake up. We get both the kids ready. Right. Get them ready for school. And today I take my son to school, drop him off, immediately take my daughter from there to ballet. Right. Now keep in mind, while I'm dropping my son off, I'm carrying my daughter, drop my son off, walk back out to the truck, put her in the truck, go to ballet. Yes, I go to ballet with my daughter. It's pretty cool, man. It's like a father-daughter thing, you know what I mean? And it's more or less like I'm sitting there watching her. Now, there are some interactive things.
Girl dad activities.
Yeah, you know all about that.
Yeah.
But like,
Sure do.
it's more me watching her do things, right? And then there is some parent activity, but it's not much. And so left there, came home, got her fed with some lunch, put her down for a nap. Had about 20 minutes. My mother-in-law brings my son home. He gets home, we're going like he's wired to the T. Play with him. She wakes up from her nap 3:30ish.
Mm-hmm.
Get her up. So then have both of them. Hour and a half to about 5 o'clock. Amanda finishes work. Load the kids up. Go eat dinner. Come back from dinner. I gave them both a bath. Go to put Madison down. And then Amanda has my son. And then I come down here and I lay on the couch and I start watching my show. And I'm like, in thinking about, what we're going to talk about for this, right?
Yeah, but the wives have that radar that
Right.
when they hear that sigh of relief, hey baby, can I see you for a second?
Can you come over here?
It never fails.
Can you grab this? Can you grab that? Can you?
Yeah, can you reach this off of the shelf?
This needs to be done.
Yeah.
So then what I was getting
Would
at,
you still love me if I was a worm?
I don't get that as much anymore.
Yeah. I still do. I got it last night, actually.
This thing, back to back to back, 3 times this phone went off, and I didn't even finish the first phone call. So I'm on the phone. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, hold on, let me call you back. Hey, what's up? Yeah, uh-huh. Oh, hey, let me call you back. Back to back to back. And then I'm like, in my mind, I'm checked out of that third conversation because I'm overstimulated, right? Like I felt myself reach that point where I'm like, I've got to unplug.
So, have you heard of this really cool thing that's called, and it's very controversial, not answering?
All right. I'm gonna throw this back. I'm gonna throw this ball back in your court.
Okay.
Have you ever known me to not answer?
I mean, that's facts. But I mean, 30 minutes of not answering a phone call. At the same time, like, I had a buddy call me, and he called me last week. I didn't answer it because I was too busy. And he called me again today, just seeing how I was doing and everything. Cool. I didn't pick it up at first. I was kind of busy taking trash to the collection center. So I called him back probably about an hour later. You can call people back. I mean, it's when it's your time, it's your time. It's okay to take time for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than, constantly having to allow people in to interrupt that.
Yeah. And I think that's probably like one of my downfalls is that I'm like
people pleaser.
Well, no, not as much as that because I don't. No. I'm worried that like if somebody calls me, they really like either something's really wrong or they really need me then.
Yeah. I can kind of see.
You know what I mean? Like I can't and I don't want to miss that call and then find out that something's either happened or I just that for me that would be like I wouldn't be able to live with myself.
I would set a list of people who I would, even if in my time of relaxation where I just want to disconnect, I have maybe a list of 6 people I would 100% answer the phone for, even if I am about to close my eyes for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have my list. If, those are the people I would really, it may be a life or death situation, or they're just, calling to shoot the what.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you want to shoot the what, dude, I'll call you back in about 10 minutes. And typically you can tell by the first 5 seconds that we're on the phone how that conversation's going to go and be like, hey, man, let me just call you back. Done. Come on, man.
So what does mental health and being a man look like for you? Like what does
how I deal with it?
Like how is that? Well, yeah, we'll get to that, but what does that stress mean for you? Like how do you cope with what you have going on in life? Like I know, as a father and a man, we all have these expectations that we're supposed to live up to for ourselves. What is that for you?
Oh, well, I mean, it's pretty much how you'd expect. I mean, your day was kind of like mine. It started off, although both my kids went to school this morning. One gets dropped off at 3:30. The other one gets picked up at 5:30. But after I drop the kids off, 10 o'clock rolls around. We're going to Durham to go pick up 2 bookshelves, like thick wooden bookshelves that Kelly wanted to do. She wanted to rearrange the house again. It's a seasonal thing for her, I guess. So we go and we pick up these bookshelves. We come back home. We have to carry them up the steps. We finally got them inside. And, of course, we spent probably another better quarter of the day trying to figure out, okay, let's get the shelves in. Now let's try to figure out what we're going to put on the shelves. Dude, just, most of the day. And I was already war slapped out. It was just a lot. But
Yeah.
in terms of coping and just kind of like getting through the day, I'll find something to work on. I'm a pretty hands-on kind of guy.
Oh yeah, I know you are.
So, of course, I got some welding jobs coming up. So that'll,
Do you?
yeah.
Oh man,
So I'm excited for that.
I'm sure.
And it's funny, come to think of it, it's just like my outing
Mm-hmm.
equates to more work. You know what I mean?
Your getaway is
More work.
unfortunately more work for you.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I find it fun. So
Well-
I'm gonna keep at it. So whether that's automotive, detailing or welding, I got at least 3 separate outings that I can fall back on to kind of help me alleviate that.
Well, I mean, if that's your getaway
Mhm.
and that's your reprieve, then I mean, I totally get it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And mine, is my PlayStation. I like the game because I feel like I can mentally unplug.
By
As a-
plugging into something else.
Yeah, because I'm mentally checking into that as opposed to if I'm just sitting on the couch watching something, my mind is just like da 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 da. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I do believe that men have a breaking point, and it just depends on one where yours is at, and two how you're going to handle it. Like there is plenty of times where I've had to check myself before. I'm not going to say like losing it on either my wife or kids, but where I can feel myself boiling. You know what I mean?
You get into such a point where you're mentally disorganized.
Yeah. And I mean, guys, be honest. Everybody goes through this. If you say you don't, you're a lie.
Yeah. And when you texted me earlier, you talked about the topic. I scooted up to Carborough today to go pick up a booster seat that I let David borrow for his kid. He come to pick up his car yesterday,
Mhm.
and I guess the ride that come and dropped him off at my house to come pick up his car took off with the booster seat inside.
Oh,
And I was
man.
like, dude, I got you one. It's another good friend of his, so it's it's
So he's able
it's
to
not
get
like
it
it's
back.
correct. So I was like, don't worry about it. Don't make him come back. I'll lend you a booster seat. So he dropped it off at a store in Carborough that we frequent.
Yeah.
And I went to go pick it up today. And I mentioned to you before about this guy, not David, but Joseph. Last name Kiesler, who
Oh yeah.
so he was outside, and I could tell, he wasn't doing so good,
Yeah.
to say the least. So he said he had a whole bunch of anxiety going on, and how should I put this? This guy, like, anytime that he tries to like mentally better himself, he's almost sabotaged at every turn. So,
I hate that.
and without going into like what exactly happened,
Mhm.
just know that it would break apart, a family. It'll tear a family down. It'll tear a man down, and it's happened time and time again. He got himself back off his feet after the first situation. Got himself a job with Chapel Hill Transit,
Mhm.
to where he got his Class B CDL. So, I mean, he can go and do any other job that pays more, but likes doing what he does. And he was just telling me, man, I just got a whole lot of anxiety going on. I don't know what I'm doing with myself right now. Of course, went back and talked about a little bit of the other situations that had happened that brought him up to this point where people close to him just,
Is this? I'm assuming you know enough about this guy to answer this question. Is he religious?
It's tough to say at this point.
Because I remember when you brought this up to me, I said this. I told him he needs to go to church.
Yeah.
because I wholeheartedly believe in spiritual warfare.
I do.
There's battles that go on inside of us every day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's obviously it fluctuates, and this man's being tested,
Time and time again.
yeah, internally, and I think this man needs the Lord and needs to heavily rely on the Lord to bring him out of whatever he's got going on internally.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times for me, I wake up every day, and this is a new development for me. I wake up every day and I tell myself to be the best person that I can be for me and everyone else around me. You know what I mean? To just be a good person
Mm-hmm.
and and to do what I can for everybody. And and that takes a lot. I mean, one day it might not be anything, but the next day, everybody, it seems like the world needs something from you.
Oh yeah.
And it's something that I pray about every day to be a good person. And I think when you wake up and you make the decision to just be a good person, it makes you happier and it gives you a different outlook on life. And I've found that that's made a tremendous difference in me, with everything that I've had go on. And I've just, I can tell a big difference.
Yeah. And I mean, based on what I've told him too, and I think a lot of his anxiety comes from things that that's well out of his control. I was like, I literally told him at this point, it's like, God's got life by the horns.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's you're just kind of along the ride for it,
Yeah.
but don't try to push to control things that are out of your control.
No, you can't. Dude, there is nothing that he can do to control anything. There is a story that God has written for him.
Yep.
That's his life is already preset. There is nothing that he can do. Once I acknowledged that there is nothing I can do to change my trajectory in life, all I can do is hang on and buckle up.
Yeah.
And just pray and be a good person, right? I think, and God works in mysterious ways. I guarantee you, if this man went to a church next Sunday, because we've already passed Sunday, right? Well, here it is Monday.
Yeah.
If he goes to church Sunday, I would be willing to bet that the good Lord would have a message waiting on him for that he needs to hear.
Yeah.
That would hit home and mean something to him to help. He'd be like, oh man, this really resonates with me and could change his trajectory and his outlook in life. Could really help him out.
Yeah. I think the guy's up in his upper 40s, low 50s.
Yeah.
It's just, someone like that really doesn't need to put all that undue stress on himself. And my kids have been around him. And, the dude could flip the switch, and you'd never know. You'd never know. So I wish there was more I could do for him. And who knows, maybe there will be. I probably just need to kind of like step in a little bit more because I don't know. He talks about anxiety, but it makes you wonder, what else do you have?
Yeah.
What else is going through your head?
You're not going to know. And that's not for you to find out. That's not
right.
That's not for us. I mean, all we can do is analyze what somebody's going through. And I don't really mean analyze, but notice that somebody's going through something traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
And then just check, hey, brother, I'm here for you. Are you okay? What can I do for you? And have you thought about, man, going to church? Have you thought about opening the good book, man? Because either if he goes to church, he hears a message, or he opens the book and something jumps off the pages at him.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, if I know the good Lord like I know the good Lord, there would be something that he would immediately rock his world for the
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
You know, and I hope that for him. You know, maybe I don't know if that's something that you or I don't know what David's relationship is like, but man, that might be something that you guys might want to bring up to him.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, we occasionally like he comes up in our conversations.
Yeah.
David and myself talk about him every once in a while. Like,
Mhm.
hey, how's he doing? Like, when was a lot? Like, how was he the last time you seen him?
Yeah.
And I mean, we're, I guess, in a sense, silently keeping tabs on him just to, make sure everything is, good, and obviously
all you
step
can
in
do.
where someone needs to step in,
Yeah.
and actually say something.
Yeah. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
I mean, you just check on your people, man.
Yeah.
You know, anytime I'm a firm believer, man, whether somebody has something good that they go through, like having a baby, and that's a stress in itself, especially for a man. You know, I mean, obviously we don't go through the things that a woman goes through, but
Mhm.
I mean, that's a big life change that men have to navigate. And I mean, whether it be having a baby or, something that could negatively affect your life, maybe not even as traumatic as what your friend's going through, but, um, just anything in general, man, just check on your people.
Yeah.
You know, that's it.
Well, Joseph, if you're watching, I love you, dude. God loves you. Jesus loves you.
Absolutely.
People that don't know you love you. Keep your head up.
I don't know you, and Evan will tell you if you need to talk. I'll talk to you.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
we're
good at it.
We're a phone call, we're a text
Yeah.
away. So, if you do end up seeing this, just know you got people rooting for you.
So, like, I want to hit on that. Like how I said that what I try to do every day to kind of tip the scales in my favor. What do you do? Like, is there anything that you do on a daily basis to kind of try to keep yourself in a good headspace?
Tomorrow's a better day.
Yeah.
If it's a really bad day, it's hour by hour. You
Yeah.
know what? If it's just a bad day, again, tomorrow's another day.
Mm-hmm.
You can keep promising yourself that, but at least it gets your motivation up just to see what tomorrow's like.
Yeah.
You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? So, I'm not bad about walking away from things that are either upsetting or stressful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So if I don't want to deal with it,
Yeah.
turn the other cheek, go the other way.
Then that's, man, it's funny you said turn the other cheek because that's something that comes with age and maturity.
Mm-hmm.
And that's honestly something that I really have struggled with is forgiveness and turning the other cheek. And I think that's something that really, probably as a man, and especially with what we do, a lot of alpha males struggle with turning the other cheek, and they let it just eat them alive, thinking about what the next step would be or how to ruin someone down the line. And for me, I think, again, when I just told myself to let go, and it just made, like, for me as a person, it just helps so much more, acknowledging that there is just nothing that I can do to control my life and that my path has been set out for me. But turning the other cheek was, I think, is probably the biggest struggle as a man to go through is forgiveness.
Yeah. You know, a lot of guys, they hold grudges, and ask my wife, she's the worst of them all. When it comes down to like holding grudges and everything,
You didn't put the
there's-
toilet seat down 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I got scars on my back to prove it. No, I'm just kidding. That is, of all the things that didn't happen, that's one of the things. I know that's one of the things that didn't happen. But I think a lot of guys want to, be the alpha male.
Yeah.
In a sense, so I mean, they hold on to things. A lot of guys hold on to things. They're not that good at letting things go.
No, not at all.
But when you have something that just clearly won't end up in your reach, sometimes it is the best to probably let it go. And no, that does not make you a quitter. Try for something else.
If anything, it makes you more of a man.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, it takes a strong individual and a strong man to do that. And I think that tells a lot about you as a person when you're able to forgive and forget. And
not retaliate.
And yeah, exactly. And not retaliate. Just put your head down and you keep going through it. And you got to think of how much flack men catch on a daily basis. And, there's been times where, I've really had to come home and have that conversation and be like, look, I've had it at work. I can't have it here. You've got to let me be, you've got to be able to recognize when you've reached that limit. And do you think a lot of it too is just communication, like having an outlet, having somebody that you can talk to be able to get it off your chest?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
I think a lot of guys, not saying that they're sheltered or maybe closed off is probably the better way to describe it. Don't have anybody to really out to. That's like if I have an issue at work, some things I'll talk to my wife about, but the understanding isn't 100% there, because then it's like, then she asked, well, why did that happen? I was just like, that's why I need to talk to somebody who's kind of either been down the road before.
Well, because what you do, you end up you're trying to explain one scenario, and then you end up having to explain something else just to get back to what you're trying to talk about.
100%.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like, I can vent to David. I can vent to you. I can talk to y'all about things that may have happened at work or at home.
Yeah.
And, it already makes sense to you guys. You guys already understand.
Yeah.
I don't have to, how did we get to point A to point B? Well, okay, what is point B? Then I have to talk, then I have to explain about 1,000 other things just to help it make sense.
Yeah.
To someone who doesn't really understand its full premise.
Yeah.
If you will. So I still vent to my wife. I still tell her about things but I'll put it in a way that it's just like she'll understand it. But if I have to go into deep explanation on things, it's not going to happen. Because I'm already stressing out about it. I don't want to have to explain it and put it in layman's terms.
You know what? I think the worst, the absolute worst, is if I go to bed with something on my mind, and it just eats me alive, and then you get you feel like you don't sleep, and then you finally you finally fall asleep, and then whenever your alarm goes off, you feel like you've gotten 2 minutes of sleep.
I know that's right.
That is the worst feeling, man. I can't. I mean, gosh.
And it could be absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
No.
You don't even know what it is that's bothering you half the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is a known issue and it does bother you.
Yeah.
But it's like, dang. It's like now it's time to go to bed. I'm trying to close my eyes, but now my brain is running in circles.
Laying there, you're just laying there on your back,
twiddling your thumbs, and you're just
Yeah.
staring at the ceiling. And
Maybe I do this long enough, I'll fall asleep.
yeah, every you're hearing every sound. Every time the fan turns, you're
Oh God, yeah, hearing the electric motor whir.
Yeah.
Gah, every beat of the blade.
yeah, yeah. I just and there's all kinds of things too that we go through as men that is just difficult to deal with if you don't have someone to talk to, or and it's funny you said that, because I'm the same way. There's only like a handful of guys that I can trust. And then on top of that, there's layers to that. Right? Like, I have guys that are friends that don't do that. I can't talk to them. Like, if it's not about sports,
Yep, trust.
yeah. If
That's
it's
the other one.
yeah, you gotta trust them. But if it's not about sports, man, I can't carry on conversation.
Yeah,
Sports or kids, you know what I mean? Or like whatever the vacation might be. You know what I mean? Like the most non-important things,
you already
You
know
know.
you can't talk to me about sports.
stuff that has no substance. Well, I mean, that's different. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So like, you're that tier 1 guy that I know that on a typical, because like, when do we really talk about sports?
Hardly ever. But I will tell you about that mean beat I laid down on some metal.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got your thing, and then like, I know that I've got my one friend for this, one friend for this, couple friends for that, and then these guys are friends, but they're not gonna have any idea. Like, I could tell them this stuff, and it's just gonna be like, you know,
Right.
because, and it's just like everything else. Unless they've been in my shoes, they're not gonna know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As
Uh,
opposed to you or Tyler or Jeremy.
On top of that, you don't want the whole like it getting passed around to the whole neighborhood.
Right. And yeah, y'all, that's a whole nother neighborhood gossip. My goodness.
I know.
My goodness.
I'm just saying. I mean, shoot, I used to live in Preston. Of course,
Oh, so you know.
yeah, I'm very familiar with it. I was never old enough to really any of that gossip being about me.
Yeah.
So, but I'd hear about it. I'd hear about it.
Yeah. That's a beast in its own. You know, what else? What other kind of, can you think of anything else that would really weigh a man down? Work,
Yeah.
family. What kind of, is it like, are we missing anything? Is there any kind of like outside stressors that,
Oh, there's always going to
Money?
be out. Yeah, money's a big one. So as the prices go up, pay stays the same. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And, but that's anywhere. That's not just one place. So, but I think another thing that I think guys tend to do is create these to-do lists, right? Things that they want to get done for the day. All right, let's say you got 5 things on there, but you're only able to get 2 done. It seems very minute, but you only get 2 of those 5 things done, and it's bugging the crap out of you that whole day. I've made to-do lists before and gotten maybe through three things, and then there was 2 things that I had to put off to the next day or maybe the next week because I had work the following day. So to me, I've scrubbed having a to-do list. Now it's like I'll get to it if I'm able to
yeah.
today. So if you set yourself a list of things to do, you're bound to have a disappointment.
I'm going to tell you a quirk of mine, and that is if I've had something on my mind to do all week, that I'm waiting till Saturday to do. Right. Like, okay, I'm just going to use this as an example because obviously this isn't going to be this extreme.
Mm-hmm.
But Saturday is the rematch of Carolina and Duke. Right. So let's just say that all week I have been waiting for this game. Right. Like I've got plans to sit and watch that game whenever it comes on. When Saturday rolls around, if I have been totally active all day, and then when I finally sit and I watch that game and start to watch the game, and I have that, and then something comes up and I'm not able to watch that game or whatever the case may be, I get very frustrated. You know what I mean? So that kind of falls back on your point where having a to-do list, like if I've got this on my, let's say mow the yard, like I've waited all day to mow or all week to mow the yard because I know that it needs to get done, man. This Bermuda grass is growing out here and it's getting out of control.
It grows like wildfire.
Yeah.
It really stuffs up the blades. When
Yeah, and
you
I'm
wait
like,
too long.
I'm like, man, I gotta cut this grass. I've got an edge, and I've got these things that I need to get done because I know Sunday I'm going to go to church and we're going to go eat with the family, and we've got X, Y, and Z to do.
Yep.
Right. So this has to happen Saturday, or it's not gonna, if it's not done in its entirety, then man, I'm just gonna be put off for like the next couple of days until I finally get over it, and then I got to go back and redo it the next week. I'm gonna be tore out the frame. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I laugh, but it's
yeah.
Truth behind it.
So let's just imagine you've had a bad week, man. Like just nothing at work is going right. Things like maybe you got into an argument with your significant other. That's compounded, and now here it is Saturday, and that's the one thing you've had on your mind to get done, and then all of a sudden that falls through. Could you imagine the mental storm? I mean, we can't be the only two that goes and struggles with that. I mean, I would be willing to say even 80% would be a low number of men that would struggle with that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we can't be the only guys that struggle with those things. I mean, man, and I really think that's called life. Life happens.
Sorry. It's always the dang connection. Okay, sorry, continue. My bad.
Life happens. And I don't think that there's anything. I think things like that are placed in our life for a reason. I think we're tested. I think God tests us to see how we're going to react. And what you do in those situations when those things happen dictate how you're going to be for yourself and everyone around you.
Yeah.
And I really think that if you just take the time to slow down and think things through and breathe and think before reacting, man, it would probably be a game changer for a lot of people. And it's just because, like I said, I mean, I know we're not the only guys that we can't be the only two that stress the heck out about life.
No. I mean, if you live a completely stress-free life, then
you're a millionaire.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, even then, there's probably some kind of stress.
I was about to say, I've known
tax man.
Yeah, friggin' plenty of millionaires that are probably stressed out right now.
Yeah, and money can't buy happiness. It's just so there's really nothing
that
that
can buy a V8.
It can buy a V8. I just don't think that there's anything in life that can't stress you out. So if you're watching this and you think that you live a stress-free life, man, you're crazy. But do us a favor though, if you're watching on YouTube and you see this on social media, go into the comments and drop us a comment about things that stress you out and what you do as an outlet to kind of offset, either being angry or, letting it just boil on the inside and eat you up. Tell us what you do. Let us know. Man, we'd be interested to hear. I would be interested to see if anybody else does what we do. You know,
Yeah. So
A lot of stuff going on this week, though.
yeah, it really is. Most of it international.
Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy week.
I hope everybody's being safe. I hope you guys are preparing. Things are getting crazy, and I would also urge you as a man to keep up with what's going on around you locally, nationally, and then not only nationally but worldwide. Just be well read in situations, and that's one thing that I've struggled with is keeping up with what's going on. I kind of backed off of that, and next thing you know, here we are at war with Iran. You know, but then I also find that that's another stressor. That's another thing that aggravates me as I sit there
Knowing
and I
too
stop-
much.
Knowing too much tends to just set me off.
Yeah.
You know, so like I'm trying to like really find that fine line of you know, kind of, you know, I guess for lack of better terms, ignorance is bliss. You know, trying to not know nothing and then, you know, not wanting to be too involved in everything.
Right.
You know, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it's good to be up to date on some current events and everything, but you read
Yeah.
too much into it, and then you might just then you're really gonna start stressing out.
Yeah. And you know,
There's a lot of moving parts when it comes down to something like that, especially like what happened in Mexico, what's happening in Iran. You know, there's just a lot. So I mean, if you focus on one rather than everything that's happening all at once, you might be okay. But
and then just know, and this is, you'll agree with me when I say this, there is nothing you can do to change any of it.
nope.
I can barely control my household, right? Like there's things that are out of my control, you know, in that go on in the house. You know what I mean? Like I can just be a good example for my kids, and then do the best I can to be a good husband for my wife.
Hmm.
Outside of that, that's, you know, that's it. There's nothing else we can do to change our day to day.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I talked about earlier. I was like, don't try to control what you can't.
Yeah, I think just as men, is if we get back to the roots of just being a good person, and two, if you're a father, being a good father, three, if you're a husband, being a good husband. That's it. That's all we can do. I don't think there's anything else that you can control outside of a vehicle when you're driving.
Yeah. You can control your speed. You can control when you stop. Where you stop, that's a matter of fate right there. But yeah, don't try to control what you can't. Try to have less. Well, I don't want it to sound bad, but have less expectation of things to get done, or
Yeah.
you know what you're expecting out of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you lower your expectations, you'll never be disappointed. You ever heard that saying?
Yes.
I mean, that's a good one. That's always a good one.
True words to live by. Lower your expectations.
My list for my day to day, especially when I'm off, at a minimum, there's one thing on that list is make coffee. If I get that done, I'm having an okay morning.
Drink Ghost. Check.
Bean water. Check.
Hey, I heard you tried Rippets.
Yeah, I tried it. I don't know what I don't know what that dude was talking about, dude. I've had. Man, and we talked about this the last podcast too. It's like I've become desensitized to how much caffeine that I get. It was nothing to me.
Did you like it though?
It was okay. It was all right.
Like drinking poison.
Well, I mean, it probably is. But he drank like half of it, gave me the other half. I downed that thing, and I was completely normal throughout the rest of the day. I didn't have any heart palpitations or anything. This dude was talking about like wanting to do like parkour. Just kidding. He wasn't talking about doing parkour, but I'm pretty sure he felt like he could. All that energy he had. And I said, well, first of all, it's chock full of B12, so it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
B12 will do that, especially right after you eat. So after you eat, drink or just take a B12 supplement, and you're good to go. Should actually that stuff might actually give you the jitters.
Is it so? The B12 is that what gives you the energy, or
B12
is that what
has,
makes you want to poop?
as far as I know, B12 is more of like a what's the word? Metabolizer.
Oh, okay.
Right, so it helps you like metabolize your food, which then equates to you having more energy. So B12 is a great supplement to take, like after breakfast, after lunch. I wouldn't do after dinner because at that point you're really trying to calm down. But yeah, no, it just helps break down food and turn it into usable energy. Good old B12. So I take it every once in a while. But yeah.
I hope to wrap everything up, I hope you guys have been following along. You know, we've got our fan page up on Facebook. It's called the Bro Files Podcast. And you go on there, that's where we're going to upload clips from our episodes. And we post regularly on there. Then you guys, we can interact with you guys on there. So, man, go give that a follow. Go follow us on Facebook. If you're listening on Spotify, guys, subscribe on Spotify. If you're watching on YouTube, click that little like button. Click that little subscribe button on there, and you'll see it. It's down there. Click those, guys. Give us some support. We love it. We need it. And it makes us, it helps us grow. It makes us happy. Less stressor in our life.
Make sure you share it with all your friends, family, and everybody in between. Definitely share this with somebody that you think might be stressing out a little bit too much day after day.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully words of wisdom have been spoken here today. That could help them maybe find an outing. But if you're also stressing day in and day out, make sure that you also reach out to friends, family, or anybody that you can confide in.
Don't keep
helps to talk about it.
Yeah, don't keep that stuff on the inside, guys. Make sure you get it out, man. I don't care who you talk to. Go stand in the corner and talk to the wall. You know,
it doesn't make you a loser.
No,
it doesn't make you weak. But getting it out there in the open, someone might have dealt with the same thing before in the past, and they might just have the solution for you.
If you're going through it, I'm sure somebody else has gone through it or is going through it at the same time you're going through it. You know, you're not the only one. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I think men's mental health is important to Evan and I. And so with it being our 10th episode already, man, that's crazy. We felt like we agreed on this to be a good, meaningful topic for our 10th episode. So we'll fall back and tell you guys to go follow that Facebook page. We've got Bro Files, and then we've got the fan page. It's the Bro Files Podcast. Go follow us on Instagram. Go follow us on TikTok. We put all our clips out there, guys. Every little bit helps. Please get out there, like it, follow it, subscribe to it, and share it. And YouTube, man, we're on everything. X, just go follow us. We appreciate every little bit of support you guys give us. It goes a long way. We're
100%.
we're gonna continue to upgrade some things, guys. It is a work and a long process.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
I got about 4 programs running just to make this thing right.
Right,
And
I'm
even
telling you.
still, it ain't perfect.
It's like a buggy being pulled by the 4 horses.
But each horse has 1 leg. So you have 4 legs, so each of them can put together be 1 horse. We're trying.
I just had that image come through my head.
Imagine them all 4 of them just hobbling.
They got to be in sync to make it work. You know what I
Somehow.
mean? Like
I want to see what a trot looks like.
front left, rear right.
They got ESP. They're all talking to each other somehow.
You know, yeah. So, all right, guys. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Stay cool.
Peace out.
That's it for this one, bros. If you enjoyed hanging out with us, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss a single episode of the Bro Files podcast. We'll catch you next time. Stay broke.